Hey guys, Leeway Previs here for another episode of Bend, and news fresh off the boat. St Kilda schoolgirl Kim Duffy has admitted she's lied again. This story is too confusing for me. I'm just gonna move on. I want to start the show with something not as confusing as this. So how about we start the show, shall we? Okay, as I said before, my name is Leeway Previs, this is Vent, and our first article comes from Switzerland, and it's that a radio show has been launched to help Swiss couples enjoy the intimate moments. Right? Apparently, the radio show, which is basically a porn show, has been started to help combat couples from, or even individuals from going into cheap internet porn, which is great. Right? And to make things even better, right? It can actually be played while you're... I think we get the picture. Alright? So I'd say to the Swiss, good work. Okay, our second article comes all the way back to Australia, where Leeton High School has put on a musical celebrating the hit musical comedy show Glee. There's only one problem. A number of characters and characteristics kind of didn't get brought across. The main one they're talking about is the openly gay student Kurt Hummel, who's played by Chris Colfer in the show. Now, as a result, the school's been accused of homophobia, but there's a lot more to it than just that. There's also the fact that there are no Asian characters, despite the fact that there are two fairly prominent ones in the show itself. No African Americans. Again, there's one who features prominently. No Jewish characters. I'm fairly certain there's a couple in there too. Obese characters. There's about 2 or 3 in the show that feature prominently. Anorexic. Now, I haven't seen any characters like that in the show just yet. So maybe I just haven't watched enough of it. Or wheelchair-bound students, despite the fact that there is one character who features prominently. And yeah, the fact that they've left out all these characteristics they've really done the wrong thing. I think they've kind of really skimmed it. I mean, the musical is going to come across as a fairly homogenous, well, with a very homogenous cast. I mean, by the looks of it, it's basically your white Anglo-Saxon Protestants field who have no disabilities and no disorders. Basically, you're looking at Aryan, pretty much, and yeah, it's very much a step backwards. Alright, and if the people who were going to put the musical on really wanted to do this properly, it was something that they should have considered right from the very start. Alright? The show not just presents the age-old factor and sport and music, it also looks at social issues as well. Especially stuff like what this school is basically being accused of, or what this school looks like it has done. So yeah, I honestly think that they should have put a fair amount of thought into it and actually looked at, okay, what's the show about? Alright? Because realistically, they're not doing a tribute show to Glee, they're just putting on their own show. And yeah, there is no real basis to it whatsoever. Alright, I know it's fairly early in the piece, but I'm going to do it now. It's time for that nice little section of the show that we call News from My Phone! And this one's actually very, very weird. A British cat has survived 4 hours of surgery after it was shot in the head by a crossbow bolt. While it's actually fairly disturbing that this arrow is a cat, people are saying, well, good thing it didn't hit a human being, which is equally true. Right? I mean, the fact that they actually hit anything living with what is probably considered a prohibited weapon, yeah, it's unusual. Right? Thankfully, the bolt did actually miss vital organs like the brain, the throat, all that type of stuff. But yeah, I find it quite unusual that the bolt was even shot in the first place. So yeah, at the moment, the culprits are still on the run, but hopefully they'll catch them fairly soon. Okay, now before I finish off, I actually noticed that there's a couple of blogs on the web at the moment, and they're both fairly interesting ones. The first one is called A Gay Girl in Damascus. Now, it's actually kind of hit the news recently, mostly because of the identity of the blogger in question, Amina Araf Abdallah. There's suppositions that the girl does not exist, based on the fact that photos that were used to promote her were actually of a British woman. However, at the same time, we don't know. We have no clue. And until we actually get to the bottom of it, we probably never will. Alright? If they actually do find Amina Araf, then all should be fairly good. But if they don't, then this might be one of those mysteries that remain in internet limbo. Okay. Now the second one is actually of 15-year-old Alice Pine. Now, hers is actually hitting the news waves because of the fact that her blog is actually her bucket list, is of her bucket list. And yeah, the original intention was that she was only doing it for a few friends. Instead, it's actually gone viral. Alright? And I suppose promoting it on the show is not made it any better either. Alright? Okay, so I've actually put the links for those two blogs down below. Alright, so I strongly suggest you check them out. Okay, so today's question is, do you think removing certain characteristics or not putting them in to a show makes the writers of that show discriminatory towards them? Right. Thankfully, questions up here in case you want to see it again, because I can confuse things. Alright, leave your comments leave your responses in the comment section below. If you want to contribute to the show, this nice little box here will take you to the YouTube message service, where you can leave your suggestions there. Okay, if you want to subscribe, big red button's up there, all you got to do is press it. So until next time, I'm Lee Previs. This is Ben, and I'll see you all soon. Man, that Kim Duffy's confusing.